the basic rule of alligation. Okay, how to calculate. So we are all saying that alligation and all. So I'm telling you basic rule of alligation. Okay, so try to make a note of it. It will be very helpful and or handy to you while you preparing for your examination. Okay, so for example, in order to explain you, I'm considering an example for you. Let's say there is an item called A. Okay, let's say there is an item called A, and it is sold at very lower price. So item A is sold at very lower price. Say like that lower price is nothing but X per kg. Okay, so I'm saying let's consider an item A and it is sold at very lower price. Let's consider that lower price as X per kg. Okay, so and there is another item, namely B. It is sold at a higher price. Okay, so item B is sold at higher price, say Y per kg. Okay, so higher price Y per kg. Okay, so in order to find the ratio, or sometimes they will be saying like these two are like mixed. In many of the problems they will be saying that item A and B are mixed, and like that they will be saying in order to find the ratio, we have simple allocation rule, that is nothing but 60. So suppose consider the item lower price as 60. Okay, and higher price name it as 80. Okay, so they mixed and form a ratio called 70 per kg. So they are saying that, so I'm taken two values, one is lesser than actual value, one is greater than actual value. So what like how to calculate the allegation is nothing but, so just subtract 80 minus 70 is going to be 10, and 60 minus 70 we need to do actually, but it will give us negative value. We can simply ignore the negative values over here. Okay, because the answer will be getting in terms of ratios. Okay, so like we can calculate 70 minus 60, then it is also 10. So this is the basic rule of alligation we usually uh, calculate. So what my purpose is to tell you is like the basic rule of alligation says that there will be one lower price, some X per kg, and there will be B also for a higher price, Y per kg. I suggested like that. For X I taken a value called 60, for Y I taken a value called 80. So what my point is to tell, like if these two are mixed, and they will be saying and formed like this. Okay, 70 per kg. So like one is this is the actual value actually. Okay, so one is lesser than this value, one is more than this value, then this allegation come into picture. Okay, so we can easily use this and try to resolve our problems. And we call so see like the actual the required quantity. So this is the required ratio, this is the required ratio comes in terms of 1:1. So after allegation you will always get the required ratio. Okay, then you can move on. So let's consider one example to get a clear overview. So in many of the examinations in railway exams, they will be asking these kind of simple questions. Okay, so we'll be starting from very basic and we'll try to solve very high level questions. Okay, so this is the basic question actually. So I'm reading question for you. Type A oranges cost rupees 45 per dozen and type B oranges cost rupees 75 per dozen. In what ratio they should be mixed so that a mix of these oranges may be sold for 65 per dozen. Okay, so I explained you the allegation, how to apply allegation method. So if you not like not able to understand, see here carefully, it will be very easy to make this process. So what they are saying is like there are two types of oranges. Okay, so namely type A orange, type B orange. Okay, so type A orange is nothing but 45 per dozen they are saying. Type B orange nothing but 75 per dozen they are saying. If they so in what ratio they should be mixed so that the oranges, so in what ratio they need to be mixed up to make this A type A and type B oranges to sold at 65 per kg. They are be saying like this. Okay, so as I told earlier, so one value, so this is the actual value 65, one value is less than 65 and one value more than 75. So the allegation rule comes into picture. We can use it, easily use this. Okay, so if you subtract 75 minus 65, the resultant is going to be 10. If you subtract 65 minus 45, the resultant is going to be 20. So what is the ratio we got in the end? 1:2. So what they are asking actual question is like in what ratio they should be mixed so that the mix of these oranges may be sold for 65 per dozen. Okay, so the actual ratio they need to, or we can say required ratio, so the required ratio is nothing but 1 is to 2. So this is the simplest way to find any, mixture and alligation problem. So when the mixture contains three ingredients, suppose I'm explaining in a, like, in a theory way, so that it will be very easy for you to remember and all. Suppose the three prices, let's consider as x per unit, y per unit and z per unit. So all these are in increasing order only. For example, 20, 40, 60, like that. So the so for all these three quantities there will be average, right? So the average price will be naming it as a per unit. Okay, a per unit. So for example, if a lies, a in the sense the average price, if a lies between x and y, we have some procedure, you all know, right, how to do alligation and all. So so this is the three ingredients. So we have three ingredients in this topic today. So we'll be writing the allegation in this kind of manner. Okay, so we'll be writing like so we already said we have x, y, z, like that. So we'll be writing this allegation in this way. Okay, so I'm naming it as x, y. Okay, and we have one more allegation, so we need to write allegation two times. If you have three ingredients and if a lies between x and y, we need to do like this. Okay, so a is nothing but average price. Okay, simple. So I'm writing like this. So this is the simplest way we need to follow and crack the solution. Okay, so what I said, what I told you until now is like, suppose if we have three prices, namely x per unit, y per unit and z per unit. So we name it as average price as a per unit. If a lies between x and y, a in the sense average price, a lies between x and y, we need to uh, write our allegation in this way. So we need to write two types of allegation over here, like this. Next point. So the next point is nothing but when a lies between y and z. So previously we seen if a lies between x and y, we have taken our allegations this in this way. Okay, so what if the average price value lies between y and z? So we'll be writing in this. So we'll be writing a. Okay, simply if average price lies between, if average price lie between y and z, we need to write the allegation in this way: x, z. Okay, and we also having so as I said previously, we need to write allegation two times and again average price, and the allegation is like y, z. Okay, so this is the exact way. So what I told you until now is like, I have told you, what if the mixture contains three ingredients in the sense we have taken x, y, z. So we also name it as average price as a per unit. So what if a lies average price? Average price lies between x and y. So we need to draw our allegations like this. Okay. But when a lies between y and z, so we need to draw our allegation in this way. Okay. So I'm explaining you by considering two simple examples of these both things. Okay. So we'll be getting like a very easy way to understand this topic. Okay. So I'm saying that, so like after doing this allegation, what we'll usually getting in previous problem also, at the end we got some ratio like that only we'll be getting at the end. So that then so I'm explaining like the resultant ratio will be easily found by using two different ratios, I'm saying. Okay, so let's see a couple of examples, you'll be getting some idea how to do and all. Okay, so I'm telling that I will be explaining into different cases by using different examples. Okay, this is the first question. I'm reading question for you. In what ratio the varieties of a sugar costing rupees 10 per kg, 12 per kg and 16 per kg mixed, so that the mixture cost rupees 13 per kg? Okay, clearly told you what if the mixture contains three ingredients. Okay, problem contains three ingredients. So they are saying like, so I told you right previously, x per kg, y per kg, z per kg, and this is the average price, that is a 13. Okay, so simple. So compare with the like what I told you previously, it is very easy for you to attend and all, like do and all. Okay, so so simply I'm writing like, so 13 is the value, 13 is the average price here. So average price lies between like in between x and y, or y and z. So it is simple, 13 is lies between 12 and 16, right? So the average price here lies between y and z. So y and z, how to do? So I told you previously, when A lies between Y and Z, we need to take the allegation in this way. Okay, so I'm writing in the same way here. There is no new thing I'm writing. Okay, so the concept only I'm writing over here. So let me write, like they have given three ingredients X, Y, Z. Okay, but they given 10, 12, 16. And the average price lies between X and Y. So that is called 13. Okay, so they given like this. So what we need to like find, so in what ratio they will be asking, so we need to find the ratio. So simply apply the allegation. So we need to write xz and yz in the top of allegations. So that is nothing but I'm writing directly 10, 16 and 13 is the average price. And what is the second one? We need to write 12, 16 and 13. So this is the two allegations we need to draw in order to find the ratio of these three quantities. Okay, so if you subtract 16 minus 13, the resultant is going to be 3. So you can also write in the top, so it will be very easy for you to understand and all. So this is the X quantity and this is the Z quantity, and this is the Y quantity and this is the Z quantity. Okay, so if you subtract 13 minus 10 is going to be 3 only. So 13 minus 12 is nothing but 1, and 16 minus 13 3. Okay, so what we need to like find, we need to find X is to Y is to Z ratio. So in the first allegation, the required ratio is we got is like 3 is to 3, and the second allegation we got 3 is to 1. So we can write 3 is to 3 as 1 is to 1, right? That's it. So 1 is to 1 and 3 is to 1 we got. So from these two allegations, we can easily find X is to Y is to Z, right? So X is nothing but 1. So directly we can write X as 1. So our answer is going to be 1 is 2. So what is the value of Y? So Y is 3. So we will be writing here 3. Okay. So Z value. So we have two Z's. Okay. So remember this carefully. So in these two allegations, there are two Z's. We need to add this two Z's. So here Z value is 1. Here Z value is 1. So 1 plus 1 is going to be 2. Okay. 2. So this is the simple solution. Okay, what I done here, so I explain you two concepts. What if the average price lies between X and Y? What if the average price lies between Y and Z? So this example is related to the average price that lies between Y and Z. So we taken two different allegations and we have find the ratio of X is to Y is to Z. Okay, so I hope, so this is the required ratio. The second kind of example I want to tell you is like this. So so I hope you everyone like got some clarity on the first problem. So this is the first second question. So I'm reading question for you. Three types of a liquid cost rupees 120 per liter, 150 per liter, and rupees 160 per liter. All three are mixed in a particular ratio to produce a liquid costing rupees 140 per liter. Find the ratio in which the three were mixed. Okay, so it is also like previous one only, but I taken a different kind of scenario. So what is that scenario exactly? So I'm writing the values like previously only. I'm right. So there are three elements, namely X, Y, Z. So what they are saying? So they are having set of 120 per liter, 120 per liter, 150 per liter, 160 per liter. Okay, 160 per liter. So they're asking like they are mixed and produced a 140 per liter average price. So average price they are saying here. So average price lies between 140 lies between 120 and 150, right? So the average price lies between X and Y. So we need to follow the first kind of allegation procedure. So what is that? So I'm writing directly for you. So we need to write our allegation like this: 120 and 150. So 150 120 is nothing but xy, x, and it is a y. So this is the first first way we need to do this allegation, and we got a average price as 140. So we need to calculate this, and the second allegation is nothing but we need to write x and z, here. Okay, x and z is nothing but 120 and 160. So 140 is the average price. We need to calculate this. Okay, so with this we will be getting the required ratio. So let's calculate this. So 150 minus 140 is nothing but 10. and 140 minus 120 20. So 160 minus 140 20, 140 minus 120 20. So if you like, this is the required ratio we got. If you simplify it, this will be getting 1 is to 2, 1 is to 2, and 1 is to 1. So this is the thing. So with this we can easily write so with this we can easily write like a required ratio, right? X is to y is to z. So for x we have value 1, and here too there are two x. So here x having 1, here x having 1. So we need to add 1 plus 1 is nothing but 2. So x value is 2, and y value we are having 2 here. So we need to write 2 here, and z value we need to write 1 here. So the required ratio is nothing but 2 is to 2 is to 1.